Bad Monkey Gaming going to be taking on Team NK in a best of 3 to see which of these two teams are going to get a rematch against X Denial Esports, who's awaiting in the grand finals, will be up 1-0 as a result of coming from the winner's bracket in a best out of 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some amazing HoN going to be coming at you, no doubt. Yesterday, it was hype all over. Crazy matches, crazy series. I'm sure it's going to continue on today simply because of what is on the line. With that said, I'm joined by Sender. Once again, Sender, how you doing?
Doing great, Break. Yeah, this should be a really great match to see. BMG, NK, I would say these are, two of the 3 favorites, and they're going to give us a great match, or a good match to watch, and should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we are down to these 3 teams, and, in the end, it's one of those cases of, if you had a poll before, which 3 teams would be remaining in the playoffs at this point, you could argue that these would be the 3 teams definitely voted for that would be left at this point. Now, in the end, just because we have that, though, it doesn't mean it wasn't a crazy way to get here. I mean, we've had some pretty crazy results. Obviously, even yesterday, like I was talking about, both matches going all 3 games. Of course, BMG had to eventually defeat Recent Gaming in 2 games, 1 after losing the first game to get to this point, and then Team NK lost to X Denial 2 games 1 to get to this point. So yeah, it's just been a crazy run here, and knowing that at the end of today we're gonna finally see which team is gonna be joining Stay Green, pretty crazy feeling. But
it's been mostly 3-game series except for when BMG lost to Denial, right?
It really has been. Yeah, the bracket stages have actually performed pretty awesome when it comes down to it. So we've no doubt gotten some great series out of it. Anyways, let's take a look. What the hell's going on here? I did join a little bit late, so as far as the initial bands go.
I got
okay, what were they?
Let's see. Tanka Band Ophelia, Hanskin Band Puppet, and Tanka Band Rhapsody, and then last band is... What, did I miss one?
Rhapsody was the last band, it looks like.
Oh, so. Hanskin Band Parasite first. Okay.
That makes sense. So, okay, so yeah, Puppet Master and Parasite taken out by BMG then, or was it Puppet Master and Ophelia?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Parasite, Puppet from BMG,
okay.
Ophelia, Rhapsody from NK.
Got you. All right, so as far as the picks go, it was Engineer. Oh no, Moon Queen was actually that first pick, followed by Pestilence, Engineer into Tempest, and then Madman coming out for BMG. Interesting seeing that Moon Queen first pick. Obviously, Haxman loves playing it, so BMG, in case we got to get it ourselves. Obviously, Fuzi also great at playing it. Moon Queen going to be a big factor here, I'm sure.
I think it's just Moon Queen. Like, she's a great carry. A lot of these games have been going really long, decided by the carry factor, and Moon Queen usually just provides the most out of any carry in a longer game.
Yeah. So going to be seen here by Bad Monkey Gaming. Obviously, the Madmen on top of that as their suicide potential, so kind of already got a dual carry strategy kind of going here as far as the lineup is concerned. Now, as far as Team NK is looking, Pestilence, Torturer, Tempest coming out on their side. So how do you think NK is shaping up so far?
They have more of this mid-game lineup. I'm sure they're going to turn this into, they're going to pick a nice late-game hero and probably some good suicide, but right now they have a lot of good utility. They have the Pesty Initiation, and they have his Swarm, which will combo well with another hero, and the team fight control coming out from Tempest, of course. And Tord is always a valuable support, very versatile, and he can lane in the middle, short lane, even go aggressive tri-lane or whatever, so.
Yeah. We'll see what that comes down to, but look at those bands there. Kronos, Gauntlet, Bubbles, Devour, Drunken Master. So, we were talking about it with Hanskin yesterday in the post-game interview, wondering why maybe we're not seeing Hook heroes. He just kind of felt like maybe it just doesn't fit. You were making the point that it's more of like a, as far as the game skills on, maybe they don't have as much of an impact as other heroes would. So, but Team NK is still worrying about that. They're banning out the Gauntlets and Devour here.
I feel like Tanka's reading this wrong. I feel like Mirax's Pebbles would have been, they banned Pebbles, but I feel like they want a stable initiator this game when they're running the Moon Queen. They want like a Miraxis, a Pebbles. So we'll just have to see. But I would really expect a Miraxis at some point during this draft from BMG.
Yeah.
And then another support like Andromeda probably.
Could be a good candidate there. Obviously, a Luna still on the board. Always an Amphora, a possibility as far as the aggressive factor goes. But, yeah, could definitely see more access here. I mean, Super KG has been playing a bit of that lately, and it seems like he's going to come back strong on the competitive scene, and, it makes sense here. So, as you said, maybe Tankafet misreading that a little bit. And, again, we talked about that yesterday. You'd find it hard to believe that as far as research goes, these teams haven't been researching one another throughout these last several series even. So, but for whatever reason, confident that, that's the case there. And BMG is thinking about this, though. They're not rushing into this next pick here.
Yeah, I guess they're thinking about their mid-hero, because for supports, I just don't see a lot of options. I see, You have a Moon Queen. Oh, right, Ravenel. Okay.
He was still on the board too.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I think I might have liked Maraxis a bit more just due to the fact that you have a Moon Queen and a Madman in your lineup, and Maraxis just once you get that Blink Dagger, that's really technically all you need. But of course, you can get more with your farm. But
Mhm.
it's just a good stun stable hero. But Raveners will be good to hear too.
Yeah. Ravener, super cagey. It has been a while, it feels like, since we've seen him play that hero, but going to be going back to it here. Keeper of the Forest coming out from Team NK, so we're looking at a good amount of push now all of a sudden on NK's side.
Yeah, so now I think this makes it so BMG can't go Andromeda. They're gonna need a lot of counter push because the only counter push hero is Engineer right now.
Yeah. Master
So
of Arms, maybe?
yeah, I mean Master probably. Okay, they do go Andro. All right. I mean, I guess they do have Madman. It just means Madman has to be there before the fight starts, which is fine, I suppose. They just need Moon Queen farming.
They also wanted maybe a Tempest Stopper for if he does get the Shrunken Head.
You know,
That.
yeah. The question is, NK, do they go for late game or do they go for like the push? I think, I feel like they just go for late game, but they could go like Hag. But I would think maybe more something like Gemini. Soul Stealer could be pretty good too, but there's always a chance of an aggressive tri-lane, so you may want to go something a bit safer like Gemini, MOA. Okay, so they're going to go for that early mid-game push. So they have a strong lineup. It's just like if they don't hit their timing, they're going to probably lose.
Yeah.
Unless they like come out really far ahead and they can just snowball and drag the game out. But yeah.
You could tell, obviously, what Team NK is going for, because as you put it, I mean, this is a we just want to be pushing it, grouping up earlier on and pushing it at you. We know that your Moon Queen, of course, is going to take some time to get some farm, maybe some build up here, get that Portican Ravener and Madman, take some time to get built up. So, and yeah, they don't have the most strongest counter push necessarily, especially with that last pick Andromeda. So it's going to be interesting to see how that kind of develops here. But here we are, game number 1. Bad Monkey Gaming taking on Team NK here in the losers bracket finals, and wouldn't be a game without a pause to get things started. But anyway, so as far as the laning situation goes, thinking anything different here than maybe, I mean, what do you think is NK going to do here?
Well, NK's doing probably just dual lane mid, MOA top.
Okay.
Now the thing is, well, actually Hax is playing Pestilence.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like he's solo top Pesty
Interesting.
versus
Okay.
Madman.
Huh. So yeah, they got Lesky Q on the Master of Arms. A little different there. But yeah, so him, Torture, and Mid, it looks like. And then, yeah, the Pestilence top. You think that's going to be a fine matchup? I mean, Pestilence versus Madman top lane?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't think Madman can really harass Pesty out. And Pesty will probably get like Gore or something, and he can apply some pressure with the bashes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he gets level 6, it'll be easy to gank the Madman with the Tempest because you'll have that clear vision. Or the True Vision, or whatever it's called, and then you'll be able to stun him and ulti him. So I think it'll work out just fine. Now the thing is, like, is BMG going to tri-lane? Because I feel like that's why they paused. Like, they're deciding if they want an aggressive tri-lane or not.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, the fear of aggressive tri-laning, though, is you're doing it versus this heavy push, and if you don't succeed with getting a lot of kills, they're just going to push you in and you won't have the resources to combat it. Whereas if you defensive dual lane, usually you do fairly well in your short lane and your mid lane, so you can defend the push, or at least you have the option to. Where is it you just can't defend if you have like 2 level 2 supports or 2 level 3 supports, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be. Some even may mention, maybe even throwing out the pause here to make that ultimate decision on if that's what they want to go with. So a bit of a strat pause perhaps coming out from BMG. But yeah, again, with it being such an important matchup here, again, yesterday against Freezing Gaming, they lost that first game. They had to come from behind down 1-0 to stay alive here in the playoffs. And holy crap, would that have been something if they got knocked out at that time. But eventually came back and eventually able to win it. So now they got a big factor in Team NK to go up against. But
it looks like they don't care. They're just going to play defensive. Let's see. Handskin has 2 counter awards, which is interesting. Maybe one's for the pull, one's for keeper. Maybe they're gonna hand them off to, like, say, Madman later on, and he can block camps. Not quite sure. We'll have to see what he does with them.
Mm-hmm. You see what NK's doing. I mean, they themselves obviously defending their own jungle here. Keeper of the Forest is gonna be heading towards the bottom lane already, but nothing. No interaction looking like is gonna be taking place between the two teams to get things kicked off. So another pause coming out here.
When we were talking about the late game of NK, like, they can compete. It's just it's going to be very team focused, and it's going to require a lot of farm on a lot of heroes because it's going to require farm on Tempest, Keeper, Pesty, and Master, and they will be able to contend. It just like if say Moon Queen gets like 600 GPM, and then the next hero is like say 400 on Master, then that's like where NK's in trouble.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Hopefully, we're going to be smooth going here from here on out. Crossing the fingers on that one. So again, Pestilence being on that short lane top, it always brings up the idea of possibly seeing the Alchemist Bones earlier on. You know, maybe with this being more of an aggressive group up and push kind of team lineup, perhaps not. You would think.
Well, that's more in a dual lane. Like Pesty's gonna farm well, but it's not gonna be like 300. It's not gonna be like 400 free farm GPM.
True.
It's gonna be more like 300, maybe 350. So, I mean, if also like you're able to go Alchemist Bones in a 2v1 situation just because you have the support to like be that buffer. But when you're in a 1v1, you need every item you can buy, and it's looking like the aggressive tri lane is gonna come out.
Really? That's, I mean, yeah, Madman, Engineer, Andromeda up here, so doing it with the Madman. What do you think about that, actually? You maybe would have thought it would have been a Ravener with the trail lane, but...
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Like, this is so susceptible to, like, the aggressive dual lane, just per se, like, NK Spot thinks you're going to do this, and it could bite you so hard. Maybe the idea is, if they get kicked out, it's like, oh, well, Madman will do just fine, but they're not really protecting their Moon Queen, which is kind of the most important thing in their lineup, so... Like, it's going to work out, but the thing is, it was a risk, and it could have hurt them a lot.
You do see off the bat a counter ward coming up from Hand's going to take out the ward aside at the top rune, and then actually Seal Kid blocking the pole camp right there himself. But no, he is going to be heading mid here. Yeah, so it is going to adjust into that dual lane aggressive, as you pointed out, and coming back to the middle. But so, yeah, we'll see if this decision here from Bad Monkey Gaming, sure enough, is going to come back to bite them in the ass or not. But Moon Queen against Keeper of the Forest, you know, at the same time, shouldn't be having too much of a difficult time either at that bottom side. So now middle matchup, NG Ravener versus Master of Arms Torture is what it comes down here to. So the double range going up against a strong kill potential Ravener Engineer, no doubt, but going to come down to positioning on that one.
Also, maybe BMG thought it'd be the MOA at top, because I just, like, I don't think a Madman Andro can zone out a Pesty at all.
Yeah.
Like, especially when he has his 2 sets of regen. I think it's going to lock down Pesty in terms of farm, but he should do fine. Like, I think he'll get some CS, get full experience, so it won't be too bad for NK.
Yeah, maybe it's. I mean, you do look at it like we were able to notice that pretty quickly, you know, with hacks run on Pestilence and everything. So I'm sure BMG may have realized that themselves too. But yeah, in the end, it's feeling like they want to have the Andromeda up here to maybe box out again Pestilence as much as possible, and then knowing that Moon Queen is going to have a good time. So again, we'll just have to wait and see how that progresses on here.
No, like his farm won't be as good, but he's gonna get full experience. So it's like it's just not as good as it could have been, but it's pretty solid.
Still makes sense.
Yeah.
There's still a point to it in the end. Yeah. What is some rune control coming out right here? I believe we've got a rune. Invis rune on Engineer. All powerful, almighty Z-Freak Invis rune at the 2-minute mark. We'll see if they're able to set something up right here. It looks like Master of Arms and Torture. They did have a ward aside up here to spot that, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a successful gank here from Silka and the Aceless. Yeah, screw it. They know something's up.
The thing is, it's like you don't want to just go blindly onto MOH, or you're going to take a lot of damage from Goo into Impalement if they get their spells off. And they should, as long as they don't get double stunned, so that's why he breaks it.
Not worth the risk.
Keeper's not doing too bad bottom, and he has a lot of creeps coming into his tower, so he's going to get a lot of experience and gold there as well. But it looks like the hero is still pretty strong solo, just not nearly as strong as he used to be. He used to be so strong, it's just like, yeah, it's Keeper. He'll get 300 GPM, maybe 350 in a 1v1 lane against, like, a Soul Reaper sometimes.
Isn't that, so frustrating? It's like the hero actually used to be that powerful. It's like he's still, like, pretty solid for that option, but knowing that he just used to be that powerful. Top lane, by the way, Madman and Andromeda kind of harassing Tempest a little bit, but in the end, no kills by any means going to be coming out. As Andromeda actually going to try to finish out the Screecher over here in the jungle camp, then go back into the lane. So taking a little bit of farm away from Tempest even, and getting some nice solo experience in the process. But yeah, you look at the creep farm so far. Super KG, as usual, doing pretty good on Ravener here. 21-4 start compared to the 8-4 Master of Arms. So, wow, that's a pretty one-sided middle lane there.
Yeah, it's I guess NK feel really threatened by this kill lane. That's why it's just this dual range lane. It has like good harassing, but you have to be so careful about getting gone on because you're just gonna die. So
Yeah.
sometimes you don't really want the double range versus this heavy kill lane. But I guess maybe it was the Ravner Inji threw them off and they weren't expecting that, and they're trying to make the best they could out of a bad situation.
Yeah, I mean to see it so one-sided though in a 2v2, that is pretty crazy. That obviously that there is a little bit of that has to just simply be too, like, you know, maybe just the last hitting obviously going much better for Super KG in the end, and not so much for Less QQ. But in the end, it is what it is. So Team NK is going to kind of have to work off of it that way. In fact, chain reaction is going to be coming out on Engineer right there. The blast shot on top. He dodges the Paul Lightning. Pretty good play by Less QQ right there. In the end, though, Engineer is going to be fine as a result of that. But see some aggression finally coming out from the double range there in the middle lane. And starting to push it up a little bit, and again, open up some free farm here. Not free farm, but some better farm even for Less QQ. Speaking of farm, Madman's having a great time at the top lane, as you would expect. 26-9 creep start. Compared to Pestilence, who's 14-0. So, you know, maybe not as good as you were pointing out as it wanted to be in a 1v1 matchup, but he's getting that experience. He's level 5.
I mean, it's kind of odd. You think Madman would actually have more? Like, he's in 2v1 lane. I guess Pesty must be contesting a little bit.
Oh, speaking of Pestilence, actually, he's going to be dropping pretty quickly right here. He has Impale, and he's not going to use it, though. He figured he was going to be able to survive, and Hackstrom was correct on that one.
Yeah, but I'm just a little surprised he didn't use it anyways, because it's not too much mana cost, and now he's really low on HP due to the fact that he was a little bit greedy with his mana.
Yeah.
Tempest is bottom.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is going to be big. There goes a root on a Moon Queen right there. Tempest has an elemental foot as well. It's not even going to be necessary, though. Moon Queen's going to fall. Bloodlust kill for Team NK, and here comes the push.
Yeah, that's about what I was going to say. Like, you know what happens when you get a kill with Tempest Keeper? You lose a tower.
Yep.
Like, there's no stopping it.
Good timing right there from Team NK. In the meantime, in the middle lane, though, Master of Farms is going to be picked off. Ravner and Engineer initiating. It looks like Torture was going for that 6-minute rune, and unfortunately, that meant the death for Master of Farms. So at least they capitalize in the middle lane. But yeah, that's going to be a free tower push here bottom. I don't see them stopping this remotely in the near future. And it's going to go down quickly. So again, good rotation, though, from Team NK. You get in those level 6s, the big level 6s, and get in the go. Middle lane again, though. Torture's going to get caught this time, and he will fall. The ball lightnings of Super KGE. Apparently really hard to avoid here in this middle matchup.
KG just too good with those projectile abilities.
He sure is.
But let's see. It looks like Seal Kid is going to create some space bottom. I don't really know what he's going to do. It's not like you're going to kick out a keeper with Engineer. Maybe he's getting a ward and he's just getting some vision up. Yeah, that's what it looks like it's going to be.
Yeah.
But
ooh, that was close.
yeah, Fuzi's getting a lot of pressure applied to him.
Oh, move finale! Oh, the nice nature's failure at the last second. However, there's Referward down, and now Tempest in some trouble. He dodges the kegs down. It probably won't matter. No, Moonqueen doesn't have enough mana for a movement. I thought she did, and actually now Engineer's in trouble. He's going to be chased down. Keeper of the Forest trying to run him down with the minions. He will be successful. Andromeda comes with the comment. It got disjointed, though, because
MOA
of the
coming in.
And here comes Master of Farms. Moonqueen going to be locked down. They really want the Moonqueen kill if possible. Andromeda's kind of secondary. Moonqueen is in trouble. There's the Andromeda going to be locked down in the Tempest ultimate. Moonqueen will be fine. As Ravner comes in to clean up, though. Super KG gets a kill on the Tempest, but now he's in a little bit of trouble himself. He's taking some good damage. The minions that keep the force trying to do enough block right there, but it looks like Ravner's going to be fine. And now Moonqueen throwing out the Moon Beam. Are we going to see a Ball Lightning maybe? There's the Ball Lightning. Nice dodge, though, from Keeper. And I think the end is finally here, but wow, a lot of rotation from both sides coming out. I don't know. BMG Moonqueen was able to live. That was the big factor there, I think.
Yeah, but I think they lost 2 heroes for I guess it doesn't really matter. It's like, okay, you lost level 4 Andrew, level 4 Inji for level 7 Tempest, and they used Elemental Void, so it's like kind of in the, like, you don't, it's like even.
Yeah.
You know, 2 hero kills for a cooldown plus a higher, more important hero kill, so yeah. Looks like the push is going to come top, though. Extort a stun tor? No.
No initiation. Yeah, that was almost one of miscommunication right there, but it looked like Insigne was a little slow, unfortunately, in terms of going in there for the stun, but in the end, it's going to be fine.
The thing is, Madman can't really lane now with the swarm. Like he's gonna be spotted coming up, and then the rotation will come in.
Yeah.
Almost immediately. Oh, tank effect. That's disgusting.
What do we got right here? What's up?
He just screwed up a little bit with his micro.
Oh.
It's unfortunate.
The elemental replicates, yeah.
Yeah. Bottom lane, engineer gain a sneaky ward off. I think he's gonna ward under. Yeah, that's a spot. That's the seal good spot. That and support. Those guys really like that lane ward.
Get some good vision in the bottom lane right there. You look at Keeper the Forest, though. He's doing the aggressive jungle here. We see this a lot. He's have a in the Legion jungle. He needs to be a little careful, but in the end, he's going to be able to clean up this Wild Hunter camp, it looks like. Back to the top lane. Again, they're trying to chase down Madman, but he's knows something's up. He has a
Jonas,
here.
yeah. I think they should expect that. That's a pretty typical ward to place for any hero that's trying to get farm in the long lane past the 6-minute mark.
Yeah.
And I expect a counter ward to be about like 100%. Yeah, there is one. And this should be countered. It's a pretty commonplace one.
You see going back in right here again. The swarm just being kept up here by Haxer and even onto him, of course. They constantly get that vision and playing him scared, but in the end, he's feeling confident for the time being. Again, that ward of sight clearly giving him enough vision to take care of business, but it's going to be countered here most likely. Here comes Insania.
Look at Fuzi and then look at Haxer. Like, Hax actually has more farm. And see, that's what I'm talking about. It's a risk to not protect your Moon Queen in the short lane, especially when you're dual laning long lane. It's because you're putting one of your resources away from your Moon Queen. Yeah. It's not like where you run a Tempest.
Oh, they're going to catch him. Will it be enough damage for the kill? Chain reaction is going to get a range. Yes, he can. He lands a stun. The impalement comes out. The barrel is going to be used. He's trying to stalk away in the meantime, and he will be fine for now. Does this mean he's actually going to be able to get away? He has a TP. He's in a lot of trouble still, though. He has another stuck, and he's right there. Tries to, but the impale catches him. Haxer in the good timing and easy kill in the end. On to Madman. It's a good chase on a Jonas fan right there.
But as I was saying, say when you run a jungle and 2 mid and you have a Moon Queen in the short lane, the rotation is so easy for the mid lane and the jungle to help out Moon Queen.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're running a support top, it's like this guy's kind of committed to being in the top lane, so it's really hard to protect your Moon Queen, as you can see in this game. Uzi's not doing the best. And sure, it's Moon Queen and he'll recover, but this is not what the start they wanted for him.
Yeah. Yeah, that goes back to the whole landing situation in the first place. So, again, we'll have to wait to see how the game plays out ultimately, but you know, can maybe look back at that if it happens to be a negative result for BMG. But in the end, Keeper the Forest.
NG roaming top with an invis. This could be a kill on the Pestilence.
Yeah, Pestilence a half-life, but actually Pestilence is going to be going in right here. Ooh, they were hoping for a Tempest stun, I think. He couldn't get a range, though. And now they're in trouble. Now they're both in trouble. Engineer coming in. He's not level 6 just yet. The Kexan only hits Pestilence. That's where they're going to go for the kill on, though. Tempest in the meantime. He has an element of it. No, the combat stun cancels it immediately. He was not ready for that. It did go off right. Yes, it did. The cooldown was used. Andromeda pushing big time. And now he's going to be cut off as well. Ball lightning going in. Does not hit any heroes. The root comes out. Engineer's going to fall right there. Madman being locked down. Master Von's putting in some auto attacks, but it looks like Ravener and Madman are going to be fine. Moon Queen was here as well, but she was sitting back. Not the most life in the meantime. And they're on the run here on BMG. So Team NK, not only a good counter reaction there to the fight, but they're also going to now counter push.
Yeah, and the Elemental Void is more of a safe Pestilence Elemental Void and to force Tempest to be the focus of the fight. Because I think there was a hero that could have caught up to Pesty and killed him if the Void didn't come out.
Yeah.
So that's more what Tank I was going for there.
So even though it was canceled immediately, obviously it's still worth the chance at least to be used right there. And again, the fight ended in their favor anyway, so that's really what matters. At the end of the day, so.
I mean, a lot of times with Elemental Voids, you're like, okay, it has to be like flashy or like you're not doing your job, but that's not always the case.
Yeah. So Bad Monkey Gaming, they're behind here early on. Moon Queen's.
Oh my! They have Astrolabe up already on Tempest. They have Portal. Like they're in a really bad spot. BMG, that is. They're running when you run no jungler, the jungler team can't snowball like this much.
Yeah.
Like, they're just going to get pushed in, and the fact that he has a 13-minute Astro, they can just pretty much just go, and any counter push, well, they get a kill onto Let's Get Q in their bottom river, but any counter push BMG brings to the table just probably won't be enough due to Astrolabe being that buffer to the early game's magic damage.
Mm-hmm. I will say with where we're at right now, it is one of those cases, though, where, like, Team NK, they built this lineup. This is what the goal of this lineup was, is to get that early tower push on, the early gank at the level 6 with the big ultimates, and then kind of work off of that. So, in that sense, I mean, they're doing what they were hoping to be doing, whereas BMG, they still got that late game potential, though. It's just a matter, can they get that ultimate recovery time on Fuzi? But as you pointed out, it is going to be a difficult task. Ravener, though, he is doing good farm. 390 gold per minute. Did he buy something else? I guess not. He's still sitting on those items there, but...
he must have bought something else.
I feel like he should have something else, yeah.
Yeah, like investments probably, I guess.
Well, nothing on the courier just yet, but
Because I don't think you'd have quite Portal Key yet with 600 gold with a power supply.
yeah, Mad Matt gets picked to the top lane, by the way. Good job by Tankafet finding him. Puts that Rev Ward down, an easy kill in the process, so. Jonas Van being his typical self of somewhat aggressive and unfortunately just got caught in the wrong spot. He's not doing too, despite being 0-2-0, I mean, he's still 290 gold per minute almost. Not too bad, but.
You have to keep in mind, this was a dual lane Madman,
True.
so.
That is a good point, yeah.
Like, it's just. And this is kind of what happens, because when you dual lane to long lane, is once you force rotation away from the support, the hero that's up there is going to probably die at some point just because they're still trying to obtain farm.
Yeah.
But, let's see. I wonder how NK is going to play this out. They're probably just waiting for Portal Key and Pestilence, and then they're probably going to push middle, and then maybe look to take the bottom tier 2. I imagine that's their game plan. Portal Key, Pesty, take mid tier 1, then take bot tier 2.
Yeah. So right now, you see Engineer level 6. He's kind of roaming in the river a little bit, playing a little aggressive here. Gonna turret check Congress just in case. But,
Oh, they could easily do Congar at this
Yeah,
point.
they-
It's just
yeah.
they're not doing it because they want the Pesty PK.
Mhm.
And it looks like he might be trying to get level 11 as well. Probably not.
Oh, this is interesting. Keeper the Force at the bottom lane. Now they saw him coming in because they had a Rev for Moon Queen's here. Does she have a Moon Finale? 4 seconds. She couldn't get off in time, and there are minions everywhere as well. So, there's the root on Andromeda. Zibby wants this kill. Will he get it? The offensive master's call was used on him to try to chase him down. He went the wrong way initially. The fork lining misses, and Andromeda will survive. Oh, never mind. Comes Insania to take care of business. So that would have been unfortunate if he wasn't able to pick up that Andromeda kill, but at least they do get it in the end.
Pesty TP middle.
Oh, actually, Portal-Key in right there. Yeah, they're looking to defend right here. Mass TP's coming in. Ravener taking some good damage off the bat, but he does have that Portal-Key. And he's going to be fine. Engineer also good for now. Doesn't have enough mana for the energy field, and here comes the chase. Oh, the impel just barely hit, despite the turret's done the core proc on the first auto attack right there. Keeper the Force helping to chase it as well with the minions. Nice chain reaction stun, and down goes Engineer. Ball lightning hits Pestilence, but he's not going to port in with that. It's just too damn late. And now here comes the push middle, or they're actually going to find Ravener, actually. He has an invis room, but it doesn't matter. The Swarm Team up is up, and the burst damage is way too much to handle. Team NK getting a lot of momentum. They do counter push top lane while that happens, but NK is looking pretty strong here.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it was like say one support kill for the tower trade, it's not that bad. But obviously losing your Ravener is not what you want. And now they might even get the tier 2 bottom.
Yeah.
And Andrew might even die.
There's the stuns from Tempest. No, not going to get the
No, but
third one.
Pesty's coming in.
Oh, yeah, there's the Portal-Key right on top, and Handskin, he is going to fall, but now Pesty's in a bad spot here. Uh-oh, Moon Finale coming, but it hits a lot of creeps right there. The creeps absorbed most of that damage, it looked like. Haxorin's going to be fine. Maybe the movement. Oh, the turnaround with the Elemental Void. He wants to go back in. He has an impale, but he didn't want to risk it. He Portal Keys in. They're going all in right here. They get the gun of Moon Queen. They're going to pick off Engineer. Down goes Pestilence. Right now, Madman's looking for some revenge. He pops up Berserk. He's putting in the auto attack, stalking through Tempest, trying to take it. Ravener with the ball lighting. Nice side step coming out from Tempest. He's still alive. The barrel misses. Oh, no. Jonas Fan's too low on life. He has to fall back. What dodging there coming out from Tankafet. And he will survive when it's all said and done. Holy crap, Team NK came to play today.
Oh man, that was so close. Like, if just like one thing goes different, that's so close to BMG getting what, like 4 kills, I think, instead of just 2. Yeah.
It was, I mean, the mana from Haxorin right there to the dodging by Tankafet. That was big plays all around.
And let's see, Keeper's got 3k gold. I imagine a Portal Key will be coming out because you already have Astrolabe up on Tempest. So, I think right now they're looking good to just do Kongor whenever they want. Heal up, do Kongor. Tempest could go for the Shrunken Head first, which I would think would be a really great idea, because the other team only has 1 cancel in Andromeda, and you're probably going to be... If you jump with Pestilence, say on Moon Queen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you force the Andro swap, then you can Elemental Void pretty much for free. So that's why I like to see the Shrunken Head on Tempest even against Andromeda.
That is true. Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, usually with an Andromeda, especially with the Moon Queen part of it, that's what you're saving it for more so than stopping a Tempest ultimate to really keep her alive in the end. So, yeah, the Elemental Void, the Shrunken Head, he is going to be going for that, it looks like, after the initial finish on items there. So he's got the Mighty Blade purchase. Now it's just going to be a matter of following up with that. You see Fuzi, man. I mean, he is trying. He's got a victim now. He's with the Energizer, of course, first, and going to have that Whispering Helm here, but I I think, what do you think for him, too? As he finishes the Whispering Helm, is he going to be at a pace where he has to go Shrunken Head next? Can he not go Firebrand? Or?
Oh, if he has to go Shrunken Head next. Like if he doesn't go Shrunken, you know where I just said, like, all they have to do is jump Moon Queen and then force Andrew swap, and they lose the team fight 100%. Like, they're not going to be able to win team fights if he does not have a Shrunken, just because they're going to have to use swap onto him instead of the Tempest.
So, we'll see item progression there for Fuzi again. He just finished the Whispering Helm. We'll see where it goes from there. 2,500 gold on Ravener, so again, his own Shrunken Head possibly.
Keeper's going Refresher, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, straight Refresher. He's already got the Arcana, jeez, with the Sustainer, so just needs the pattern now. And we're going to be seeing double roots coming out here from Keeper of the Forest. Yeah, he's farming 400 gold per minute, so that kind of makes sense. Obviously, Tempest, the one slightly ahead of him at 407. Madman's really getting up there, 355 GPM. So his farm is definitely showing as the game progresses.
Jonas is really good with these like stealthy mobile heroes in terms of cleaning up in team fights. Like that's what he's really good at. That's usually where he gets a lot of his farm from.
Yeah. See, he's going to farm up the top lane. So Shrunken Heads are going to be coming out here on the Legion team.
That was back-to-back denied towers for NK. That's really big.
It was, yeah. Lesky taking care of business there. A couple of tower denies, so making sure to take away the gold.
Let's take a note at Legion Ancients. Good job by Insignia blocking the Ancients for a good minute or so and another 60 seconds to come, especially against a Moon Queen. Very high impact. And it's going to pay big dividends.
Yeah. So 20 minutes into this game right now. Again, like I was saying, though, the Shrunken Heads, you would think there's ultimately going to be 3 Shrunken Heads here on the Legion side, so they're kind of in that timing spot now of can they get that before the game really starts to take off. Top lane, Madman's going to be jumped right here. The root comes out, the Swarm debuffs up. He uses a barrel roll trying to get away. Oh, he barely gets away. Tempest is here, but he can't get in range. A stock buff is going to wear off. He gets it again, though, and he will survive. Holy crap. Oh, never mind. Oh, Pestilence missing Impale. With the pull again. Now here comes the turn. Moonbeam comes out. Ravener with the ball lightning in. Here comes more support. Tempest. He comes in with the counter stun, though. Ravener taking some good damage. The swap from Andromeda. Will it be enough to live? No, it won't. Down goes Ravener right there. And it maybe ends off even better there as a result for Team NK. Andromeda's going to be chased down. The Impale misses, however. And they are chasing big time for a kill on Andromeda. They're going to. Oh, Elemental Void's going to be used right there. Okay.
I mean,
guess.
It's not really going to matter, but I still don't like to see that.
Yeah.
Because like they're gonna push base right now, and it looks so much more scary if they have the Elemental Void up.
Yeah, they don't have a root now though. They don't have an Elemental Void, so they probably are still gonna push base as you put it. I mean, this is still a strong push lineup, nonetheless. But yeah, not having that threat of an Elemental Void now,
it's a little risky. Like, say if Ravener buys back and you get initiated on, like this could be the throw that BMG needs.
Yeah. Well, Moon Queen does have a Moon Finale. She is ready to go with that. You see Ravener's going to be up in 6 seconds. They're going to get the tower. Will they get the rack? Still's the question. Here we go. Ravener. He's coming up. There's the barrel roll in. Port's going to be coming in from Ravener. Andromeda charging in. Moon Queen up to the side. Energy is going to be used right there. The energy field comes out from Sealkid. Moon Queen jumping in. No Moon Finale. She doesn't have the mana for it. She does not have a mana to use it. She's going to be in the midst of it. She's going to get caught out. Ravener in the background doing a lot of damage, but Moon Queen's going to fall. Ravener trying to chase down Master of Arts in the meantime. So far, Torture is dead, as well as Engineer. Moon Queen popped back, by the way. She's coming back in. She has that Moon Finale. This could be big. There are a lot of minions nearby, though. The Moon Finale. No, the minions absorbing so much of the damage. This could already be the game if this ends quickly here. Madman's trying to stalk away. He will be fine. Moon Queen now gets caught, though. Moon Queen's going to die. And Team NK on their way to a Game 1 victory here with a huge push at the top lane. And BMG is forced to just give it up in the end. So maybe not 100% the game over. Actually, they ain't over just yet. It didn't go again. Ravener's going to be jumped right here. The Storm team up, and look at just how quickly he drops. A double tap for Tankafet. It is just indeed, as Samuel Jackson said, it is just a constant train here.
By the way, that was no Elemental Void, no Keeper Root. Like,
yeah,
that was like best case team fight scenario for BMG, and they still got massacred. Like, that's, yeah, and they know it. The writing's on the wall. Like, there's no coming back from that.
It's too much, yeah. Holy crap, Team NK. I mean, just like yesterday in the BMG Reason series. The opposition, in this case Team NK, they looked fantastic. They looked really good here in game number 1. And Bad Monkey Gaming once again has their backs against the wall here after a first game loss. Team NK, they are scary, man.
Yeah, they brought their A game. They had a good draft. I still think a lot of this game comes down to the long lane, dual lane. It just, they didn't get enough out of it, and then they lost so much. They lost so much map control in the short lane, which was turned out to be so important. And then they were just behind with their Moon Queen farm, and they just that was too much to recover from in the end.